All right, you guys, as promised, I'm gonna give you guys my bread recipe. So, what you're gonna need for this is about 2/3 cup warm water. You're gonna need a packet of yeast. You're gonna need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and then you're gonna also need about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar or white sugar, whatever kind of sugar. You can use honey for this recipe too. Actually, let's not forget about the alternative. Yeah, you can use honey. You can switch it up a bit. So let me separate my packets of yeast because unfortunately these aren't the separate ones. Okay. In your warm water, you are going to take your yeast and you're going to mix it with the warm water. Why? Because you have to activate your yeast. So just go ahead and pour your yeast in there. Mix it up. And just let that set. I'm going to show you guys a time lapse of how it'll look when your yeast has been activated. See all these bubbles on top? That's what you want. That's how you know your yeast activated. So once you've activated your yeast, now that it's nice and foamy and bubbly and the yeast is activated, you're gonna add this to your flour. I also meant to say preheat your oven because I forgot. But you do have to let it rise for about an hour or so. You can go ahead and set it to 460. Let it get nice and hot. And go ahead and just combine your dough. Once you've got your dough to this consistency, you're gonna let this rise for about 20 minutes. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna knead it. We're gonna let it rise for a bit more after we form it. Then we're gonna bake it. So go ahead, give that a nice mix, like so, like that. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna cover it and just let it rise. Just let it rise from here. So we'll be back to this in about 20 to 30 minutes. All right, now that we've let this rise a bit, let's see it got bigger. Now that we've let that rise, what we're gonna do next is we are going to sprinkle some flour across this counter to prevent it from sticking to the counter. Also, be sure to coat your hands in some of this flour too, because listen, working with dough can be very, very, yeah. Then what we're gonna do, don't punch it. I don't know why people be punching the dough. Don't punch it, okay? You want maximum fluff, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and plop this out over our floured countertop. Like so. Sprinkle the top with flour. Okay. And we're gonna knead it till we get a nice, evenly textured dough ball. You see it sticking? This is why we floured our countertop, because it would be sticking way worse had we not, trust me. The flour also helps to build towards the dough's, its shape, its consistency that we're supposed to have for this bread to come out, the way it should. And it's okay if you don't get it perfect the first try. Trust me, I didn't. Shit happens. Once you've gotten the dough to a decent roll, you can separate it. If you want to make different size mini loaves, or you can make full size loaves. It's all up to you, honestly. I'm gonna fold mine over to make cute little Now, once you've got your bread, your little shapes, sprinkle it with flour, right? But lightly, don't go too heavy on this one, just because we're making this. Is the only reason we're sprinkling this with flour is because this is a crusty bread. That's what we're going for. Something crusty and crunchy, aromatic, Now you want to get your pan and lay each. Make sure that there is space in between each one, because they are going to rise and they are going to get big. Okay? It's okay if they just lightly touch. The little kiss is fine. You're going to cover it just so it can rise up a bit before you bake it. This is gonna rise for about an hour now. I forgot to tell you guys when I just did it. Put the bread in the oven. It'll be in here for about 30 minutes, you guys. So, I also changed clothes. So, in about 30 minutes, we'll return to check on that. All right, you guys. Our bread is done. Ooh, look at that. Look look at that. You guys followed along the journey, followed my instructions and my recipe, and this is what we're left with. Fresh baked, yummy, toasty, crispy on the outside, loaves of bread. And boom. That's how you do it. Thank you guys so much for following along this recipe with me. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope this was as easy for you as it was for me. I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. So without further ado, thank you guys for joining me on my planet. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.